guys, hope you guys are doing great staying at home. I'm Hellen, Creative Director of Rosette Designs & Co. This week's episode a little different because we are filming this episode at home during circuit breaker. So we have been staying at home for close to 2 months. So today's topic is quite relevant. It's about how to have an Instaworthy wedding at home. We understand that many couples have to go through so much trouble or changing their plans because of the safe distancing measure. So they might be forced to have it in a smaller and intimate way. So we thought, why not do it at a place that is both safe and convenient for you, your own home? We will answer all questions related to home solemnization in this episode together with my guest speaker, Melvin from Multifolds. So let's dive right into the first question. Once you decided to have a home solemnization, you can start looking at area in your house that can host a group of people, like maybe your living room, so you know how many people you can invite. Then you can start thinking about how to decorate that area. But you still need to have the main component, which is the photographer, the music, and the food. I understand that you might need to cut your number of guests, and there's a lot of people that couldn't join you for this home solemnization. What you can do is online streaming. Nowadays, a lot of virtual platforms like Zoom, Google Hangout, or Facebook Live, or IG Live. Then you can send invitation to your guests. You can even send a wedding favor or food to them so that they'll feel included. I believe for an event to be memorable, you need to plan well. Don't treat your wedding like a chore. Have an expectation and also positive outcome. It is still your wedding. You don't have to compromise on anything. Have a professional photographer taking a beautiful picture. Have a decor or even nice bouquet, gown, and music. It definitely could make your wedding more memorable. So that's all for me. I can't possibly answer all the questions because of the limited time, but I will continue with Melvin. This is the first time we have a guest speaker, so I'm very honored to have Melvin joining us to answer these questions. Melvin is one of the most popular wedding photographers in Singapore. He has many experience capturing home solemnization wedding. So let's go to the first question.
Usually it's the very tight space in Singapore, and most of the time it's HDB for solemnization. The space can be quite tight for, let's say, a pax of 30 to 50 people. And that would be one of the constraints and challenges to solve if you're going to have a home solemnization. The next one would be the lighting. So most houses, they use white light. It doesn't really create an atmosphere, so a yellow light would be preferred. At the same time also, most HDB that I know of, they use the energy saving light bulb or like fluorescent light. Fluorescent light, when we use DSLR like the Sony camera series, there might be some flickering in terms of the photos. So that's why you will see sometimes a green bar or a pink hue bar. Might be very unsightly in terms of for the photo's sake. So just to take note that natural lighting is very important. If you're using a fluorescent light, do take note and test it out first. Whether can we do a proper solemnization shoot, or even for videos also. Whether does it work for videos based on the lighting, the current lighting. So first thing first, you have to tidy up your place. Whatever furniture that's not important, you have to remove them. So whatever is required, like for example just a solemnization table, you just put it in the living room. Try not to have chairs. Maybe you're expecting a people of like a pax of like 30 to 50. Let them stand around the house. I think that creates some atmosphere, because once you're going to have chairs, it's very hard to navigate around. Also ensure that you have checked best lighting. Is it good that we can do it about 4 p.m? Also we can remove your night curtain. We're just going to have day curtain to diffuse the light. If we feel that the light is not enough, maybe we don't have any curtains at all, we just allow full light coming in from windows. Next thing I realized from my experience is you have to ensure those hanging lights, if we do have hanging lights, try to prop them a little bit higher. Usually hanging lights are like wired down and stuff, so we just try to tie up the wire so that the light bulb can be much higher, because it might hit people around you during a solemnization. At the same time, for photographers also, there might be like some distractions when the hanging lights is a bit too low. The time of the day to have the lighting is going to be very subjective, because your house can be facing the east or your house can be facing the west. I'm not so sure. Or it can be northeast or southwest. Let's say your house is facing the east and the best lighting is in the morning. Would you want to have a solemnization about 8 a.m? Would your relatives come, at 8 a.m. just to do your solemnization? Of course, it's so much better when your room or when your living room had the best lighting at 5 p.m, which is the evening sunset. That's where usually solemnization would happen to, about 5 to 6 p.m. But else, based on convenience sake, so usually solemnization would start about 10:30 a.m. to 12, or if it's the evening time, would be about 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a bonus when you'll have evening light. An evening solemnization would definitely work best for you. We need professional photographers and videographers on your event, because I've done so many virtual shoots currently for the past 1 month during the circuit breaker, and I realized that it takes talent, and experience to know what's the best angle for your RM. Let's put an example like the one I did for family shoots and stuff. So I do really see the difference between having them to take their own photos and me guiding them to take photos. So I feel that having a professional photographer and videographer, it's still essential for your wedding day, be it whatever locations that you're holding it. Yeah.
That was our last question with Melvin. Like he said, I also believe in getting professional help for my own wedding, no matter how small it is. So that's all for this week's episode. Next week, we will have DIY tips and tricks how to do your wedding bouquet. Stay tuned!